Good morning, my esteemed viewers. So today we want to look at an important topic in chemistry, an important topic that is commonly tested in many public examinations such as WAEC, NECO, NAPTEP, and the rest. And it is organic chemistry. But under the organic chemistry, we want to look at the subtopic which is hydrocarbon. And the objective in this topic is that at the end of this lesson, students should be able to define what hydrocarbon is. Should be able to define at any length what is an hydrocarbon. Classify hydrocarbon as saturated and unsaturated. Classify hydrocarbon as aliphatic and aromatic. So, hydrocarbon is the compound of hydrogen and carbon alone. So anytime you are asked to define that in any exam, maybe you are going to write an exam such as WAEC, NECO, or NAPTEP, and you have a question where you are asked to define an hydrocarbon. So just say hydrocarbon is the compound of hydrogen and carbon alone. And we have some examples. If you look at the example, we have a CH, carbon and hydrogen alone. So that's confirmed the definition we have on the board. C2H4, carbon and hydrogen alone. But why, how we got that 2 and 4, we are coming to that. Is that okay? Don't bother about that now. Is that okay? So what we are doing now is just to look at the definitions. Is that okay? So C3H8, carbon and hydrogen alone. So I believe that is clear. So we now look at the classification of hydrocarbon. First of all, we want to see how saturated hydrocarbon is different from unsaturated hydrocarbon. How saturated hydrocarbon is different from unsaturated hydrocarbon. When we talk about saturated hydrocarbon, this is the hydrocarbon containing carbon to carbon single bond in all the molecule. Just single bond, just one bond. Carbon to carbon single bond in its molecule. Are you getting that? A major example of this, a major example under this group is alkane series. Alkane is the major example we have under saturated hydrocarbon. We have carbon to carbon single bond in its molecule, in all its molecule. So an example is here. Carbon to carbon single bond. Are you getting it now? Carbon to carbon single bond. Go to the second example also. Carbon to carbon single bond. Carbon to carbon single bond. Carbon to carbon single bond. No double bond at all. Is that clear? So when we now talk about unsaturated hydrocarbon, this is the hydrocarbon containing at least one carbon to carbon double bond. Others may be single bond. I want you to look at the definition very well. At least one carbon to carbon double bond. Others may be what? Single bond. Or at least one carbon to carbon triple bond. One carbon to carbon triple bond. Are you getting that? So the one with one carbon to carbon, at least one carbon to carbon single double bond, is known as alkane. While the one with at least one carbon to carbon triple bond is called alkyne. Let's look at that alkane as an example. Carbon to carbon double bond. Look at this. We said at least one, Abi? At least one. Look at this now. Let's look at this. From here to here, one double bond. From here to here, single bond. From here to here, single bond. So at least one double bond was there. That is how to know that the compound you are dealing with here is what? It's an alkane. If it is an alkane insaturated, everything will be what? Single bond. Now, the one with carbon to carbon triple, at least one carbon to carbon triple bond is called alkyne. And one triple bond was there. Look at it. Others may be what? Single bond, no double bond. That is one classification. And this question has been asked several times in WAEC and NECO many years back, and even recently in other public examinations. we have to distinguish between saturated and what? Unsaturated hydrocarbon. So with this definition I explained on the board, you should be able to do that at any point in time without having any problem. And you may also be able to explain, like the question I saw recently in one of the public examinations, I can't remember now if it is NAPTEP, NECO or WAEC. Say, explain the following terms: A, saturated hydrocarbon; B, unsaturated hydrocarbon. Then other may not be calculation or some other thing we are going to do later. Are you getting it now? So that is about saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Then we also have another classification, which is what? Aliphatic and aromatic hydrocarbon. Aliphatic and aromatic hydrocarbon. What is aliphatic hydrocarbon? Aliphatic hydrocarbon is the straight chain or branch chain hydrocarbon. The hydrocarbon can either be what? In straight chain form. The chain is straight or it is branched. Any chain that is straight or branched is what? Aliphatic in nature. Now, example. Look at this. Look at this example now. This chain is straight from here to here, from the first carbon to the second carbon, to the third carbon, to the fourth carbon, to the fifth carbon. If you have up to 10, if you have it in straight chain form, I get that. It is called what? Aliphatic hydrocarbon. Or it can be this branch chain. Look at this now. You have the first from here to here. Now branch it here. You have a branch here. You can also branch it upward. You can branch it. I will get to all those ones later on. I get now. So this is, if you have an hydrocarbon in this form or in this form, it is called aliphatic hydrocarbon, straight chain hydrocarbon or branched chain hydrocarbon. Then the last one is what we call aromatic hydrocarbon. Aromatic. Many of you must have heard something about aromatic shenar before. You see, many of these shenar, they have this diagram there. Because all these things are also part of what the raw material we use in making all those gin, shenar, and the rest. So, aromatic shenar. Are you getting it now? Aromatic hydrocarbon, this is a cyclic or ring-shaped hydrocarbon. When you have hydrocarbon in a cyclic form, in circle, taking a circular form, or a ring shape, the ring you put in your fingers. Are you getting it now? So we call that one aromatic hydrocarbon. And the major example you have there is benzene. This is the shape of benzene anywhere on earth. If you want to draw the diagram in any exam, that is the shape. I believe I've been able to satisfy all my viewers on the stated objective on the board. Thank you very much. We'll meet in another class.